As someone who is almost his whole life been alternating between, for lack of better words, currently killing the bitch and doing only what I am feeling like, both work-wise and passion-wise and all that. I am arriving at a strong feeling about what it is that makes men get together with women who serve a supervisory function unto them. Let me exemplify. I think we all subscribe at some point to the joke that a guy's gotta see what his wife says about XYZ. I gotta check in with the wife. There's always a slightly nervous look the guy gets. I'm actually getting a nervous feeling just talking about this. Fear and excitement are very akin, right? So we marry sort of a challenge, or we get together with a challenge, right? So we have to run it by the wife or the girlfriend, or there will be disgruntledness, and our lives will not be as nice, to put mildly, if the wife, girlfriend, or in fact woman, doesn't have to be a partner, if the woman of the company is not happy, then dare I say that the company is not happy. But there are degrees of everything, right? So I'm asking myself, what is it that makes it too much? What is it that makes a relationship be such that the guy is just microscopically in over his head? Deep down, he is allocated the role of supervisor to the woman as opposed to himself. What is it? And I think it is specifically the or a life that's been lived mostly via killing the bitch. Like, you gotta push through, you gotta push through, you gotta push through. And some say that really this is the only modus to go by. You have to push through. And I'm not saying you don't. I don't know, actually. I think this is almost better left unsaid, undefined, and we all find those limits within ourselves anyway. But it's an interesting pathos to be having, right? Because I think about Mediterranean men or even Arabs who they have, presume, been raised in a more motherly climate than the kind of whiter men, more westernized men who push through tasks. And these Mediterranean men or Arab men or what have you, they have a little bit more. I'm painting a straw man. I realize that, but it's also something I've experienced a lot. It's just my subjective experience, but I have kept an eye out on this for a long, long while now. I feel like they have a slightly more joy about their life, and so they are able to find women who don't have to take on the role of supervisor unto them. Um, yeah. So to summarize, guy who makes it his deal to push through difficult tasks, kill the bitch, if you will, is a guy that will want to, consciously or unconsciously, be with a woman who's overtaken the role of being his supervisor. And mind you, it can be to a microscopic degree, barely noticeable. the nervousness the guy gets when he gets the call from the wife or girlfriend, the humility, if you will, the slight tingle of aberration from the giddiness he was feeling just a second ago, maybe almost imperceptible even to himself, right? But it's just like, oh yeah, yeah, I love you, sweetie. I'm not making fun of this. Life is not always as smooth as we would want it to be, especially if we are driven by our unconscious mechanics, right? But I do wonder. I do wonder. I wonder a whole lot.